I want you to see what typically happens and how fast Secret Service responds, even when they aren't acting on a 57-minute-old report that there's a suspicious person on a roof at a presidential rally. Take a look at this. This guy is just holding a sign and is walking toward an armored vehicle.
Secret Service.
Look at this.
Oh my goodness. Back up.
Got him in handcuffs. Can you see that? In handcuffs. And I just want to go back here. Look, even the fat guy Secret Service agents are running, making sure that a photographer who's clearly just taking pictures is backed up from the vehicle. This is how fast they react when there's not a 57-minute warning of a suspicious person, possibly with a gun, on a roof, taking a vantage point that could jeopardize the life of an ex-president, possibly a future president. That's how fast. That's how fast, coordinated, and concerted they are. Now, before resigning and taking her taxpayer-funded pension with her, take a look at the evisceration and dismantling of Director Cheatle by Michigan Representative Lisa McClain.
And although I appreciate your hollow words that the buck stops here, I was actually hoping for some answers. Director Cheatle, you must answer to the American people if you want to stay in charge. It's really, really simple. You want to keep your job, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. The best way to keep your job is to answer the questions, not play this shell game, not sing the Slim Shady song, wasn't me. I mean, come on. How long did you prepare for this hearing?
I've been preparing for this hearing over the weekend and into last week.
Okay, 5 days, 6 days?
As soon as I was notified
And how long was that?
about this hearing,
Okay, 4 days,
I began preparing.
4 days, 3 days?
How can you prepare so much for a hearing and then appear so unprepared for the hearing that you said you prepared for?
I'm not sure the date that I got the letter asking me to be here.
What are you sure of? Are you sure the color of your hair? Are you sure the color of your suit? I'm just, tell the American people, what are you sure of? You don't even know when you started preparing for the hearing?
Good question.
I mean, the biggest hearing of your life, and you have no clue? You can't remember when you started preparing for this hearing? Can you understand why those words seem hollow to the American people who are supposed to entrust their faith in you?
I assure you, the moment I received notification.
But you can't remember. You got a little Alzheimer's, dementia going? I mean, you can't remember.
I have several active investigations going on and an operational agency to run.
Okay. All right. But you want to take accountability, right? The buck stops with you, right?
I am taking accountability.
Super. Then let's start with trying to answer some questions.
These are good questions.
You keep referring to the FBI. When asked how many shell casings were on the roof, you referred to the FBI. When asked if there were explosives in the car, you referred to the FBI. When asked if Crooks was acting alone, you referred to the FBI. See a common theme here? I can go on and on. My question is, who at the FBI should I speak with? Wait for it. Wait for it.
The FBI is responsible for the criminal
Is there a name?
I'm not certain.
I'm not certain.
Who
All
at the
right, here we go.
FBI
I'm
is
not
running the
certain. I
investigation.
don't know. Let me ask a different question. Have you been in communication with the FBI?
Yes, I have.
With whom?
I speak with the director and the deputy director.
Okay. And what have they shared with you about this investigation? So I'll give you an opportunity to answer again. Did they share with you how many shell casings were on the roof?
Yep, they did.
They have shared with me the evidence.
Did they
they've collected.
share with you how many shell casing were on the roof?
Yes.
Okay, how many were there?
I would refer to the FBI for their
How
investigation
many were there?
and their information that they need to share in their investigation.
Why would you not answer that question If you've already admitted that you know the answer to the question, why would you refer the question to the FBI? You already know it. You can give the answer. Why wouldn't you?
So they've shared the information.
I mean, that really sounds like a cover-up. There were 5 casings. There were 9 casings. There were 8 casings. Why not just say it?
Information with you. You just don't want to share the information with us, correct?
Yep.
We have concurrent investigations that are going on.
So they have shared this information with you. You know the answer to the question. You just refuse to answer the question from the member of Congress who has subpoenaed you to be here. Is there a different answer to that question?
I was always willing to come here and testify before this oversight hearing.
Beautiful. Then let's
Wasn't a-
do that.
that was
Let's
necessary.
for once have your actions match your words. So you've been in communication with the FBI. You know the answers and you refuse to tell us the answers. So I will ask you again. You know how many shell casings were on that roof. What is the answer to that question?
I think it's pertinent.
What
to talk,
is the answer to that question?
I think it's pertinent to talk to you about the information that the Secret Service has and that the Secret Service knows related
I'm
to the
asking
events
you
on
an
that day.
answer to the question. If you're supposed to be in charge, if the buck stops with you, how come you can't share the answers? What are you covering up? What are you hiding, my friend?
I'm not covering anything up.
Then why can't you answer a simple question?
She is covering something up. When you're not answering a question that you know the answer to, that you know the American people want the answer to, you're covering it up by not answering the question. Not answering a question that you know the answer to is a cover-up.
I would leave it to the criminal investigation to answer questions related to that.
When you talk to the FBI and you ask them how many explosives, well, let me ask you, did you ask them how many explosives were on the roof? Did they answer that question? Or in the car, excuse me. Did they answer that question for you?
Yes.
Yes. So you know the answer to that question that my colleagues have asked you. But again, you refuse to give us the answers. You're playing this wasn't me. Well, I submit to you, if you can't, and it's not a can't, it's a won't. It's not a can't. It's not a I don't know. It's a I choose not to answer the question.
Yep.
Well, let me tell you, Ms. Cheatle, if you're going to lead, you need to lead. If you want to be in charge, then answer the question or step aside and have someone with the courage and the guts to answer to the American people the questions that they deserve answers to.
Yeah, this is all very bizarre to me. On what level, to what extent are we getting played by all branches of the government, including the Secret Service, including Congress? This is all a dog and pony show. And even though what resulted in this is Cheatle stepping down, that didn't hurt her monetarily. She'll get a job somewhere else. She's going to be in the inner sanctum. She's going to be taken care of. She's going to have her pension. She can use this as an opportunity and an excuse to retire. Everybody else is left scratching their heads wondering, if you're paid this much money, the salary range for the U.S. Secret Service director is $118,000 to $175,000 with the median pay of $143,000. That's $137,000 with about a $6,000 a year bonus. $140,000, almost $150,000 a year. She was a highly paid public servant who's supposed to be beholden to the American people. The American people have questions and she didn't want to answer them. That's the bottom line. But we see this from members of Congress all the time. We see this from people who are grilled by members of Congress, and nothing substantial changes. Thank you for taking your time to watch the Disturbing Illusion channel. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a hard-hitting shirt, become a channel member. But more importantly, understand that the price of freedom is now and will always be eternal vigilance. And indifference to this notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. It is easier to deceive the masses than to convince them that they've been deceived. I'll see you in the next video.